Guys, you know what it is? It's Black Girls Book Club with another book for you with 6 amazing, darling authors. Because, obviously I've got my background on because, me, a bitch has got to market her book.
Yes.
So, Natalie, you're going to have to be the one just showing the book because it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And I'm just getting used to having a background.
I need to learn how to put that background on because I used to be able to do the previous version of Zoom, but I actually can't do it with this version.
I'll show you how to do it because I had to learn the other day.
I don't understand why Zoom needs to upgrade every 2 minutes because the previous
I was thinking that.
It's actually rude.
Oh, look, our darlings are all in the chat. Hey, Leanne. Hey, Dion.
Hey, Alex.
Oh, yeah, so Dion's saying she can't wait for her copy to arrive. So I think it's like from tomorrow, if it's a Waterstones version, because it's really special. So we've got like a version here, but the version that you guys are going to get is something really serious. Yeah, like we haven't got ours yet. I think ours is coming either tomorrow, the day, or Monday. So we're all going to reveal together. So for those of you who don't know us, we are Melissa and Natalie of Black Girls Book Club. I don't know, babes, how do we describe Black Girls Book Club for people who, it's kind of obvious in the title, but a bit more than a book club, right? So I think we need to just give.
Yeah, we're not your common book club. Remember that? We're not your common book club.
Yeah, if you know what that means, then you know, innit?
You've been around for some time, you know. But well, I don't know. We're just like I would just say it's just like a luxurious experience, basically. I don't know what else.
Say luxurious as you drink your Alizé and I drink my red wine, but this is just a place where Black women just come together to live their very best lives. And of course, if 6 beautiful authors all the way from the US were going to do an event, one UK event, they're only going to do it with 2 people, Melissa and Natalie. So we have Donielle Clayton, Nick Stone, Tiffany D. Jackson, Ashley Woodfolk, Angie Thomas, and Nicola Yoon joining us to discuss their incredible book, Blackout. I know you guys haven't read it yet, but look, when we get into it, you guys are going to be ordering 3, 4, 5 copies to share with your friends because this is special.
I'm going to try not to do spoilers. That was my, was it New Year's resolution?
You know what? I feel like we can do spoilers because how do you spoil love? The book is about love. You can't spoil love at the end of the day. You can just get people interested in it. So we won't do too many spoilers, but I'm just going to make sure are people okay if we just do 1, 2 little
sprinkles, like a Salt Bay type. Salt Bay.
Look, people are just saying hello, so I'm happy with spoilers. Dion said she's happy, so we're all happy. We're going to
spoil us, sis. Okay, Jack.
Yes.
Like spoilers.
This is it. Like,
I feel free to talk about this book that I read that
actually
lifted my mood. You know, and now we're in the panini of all paninis that are getting extended. Like, I need stuff that's just going to help me.
Yeah, it's true. I felt so stressed. I remember feeling super stressed, and I was in the group chat just complaining about life. And then the book came. So I thought, okay, let me just read it then. It's got my booze in it. I'll just read it. And then, like, from the very second page. And you know why the second page? Mariah Carey was mentioned. So from the time I saw Mariah Carey, thank you, Tiffany, because from the time I saw Mariah Carey, I said, yes, this is my time to shine. And I just enjoyed. You know, like when you pick up she gets me. She feels me. She knows what time it is. So I was just completely overjoyed with this. And I know this book is for the babies, but I think all of us could learn a little something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as always.
Can I just say like this? And it's light, but I don't say light as if to say, oh, it's just like a throwaway. It's light because how often do we get to read a book where Black people are the feature and it's just
joy.
Whose phone is that? It might be important. Is it I know yours is not important. That's just a man. Just you need to mute that. We're doing events.
It is a babes, you know, because the number's not saved. You know, I don't really save their numbers.
I know you do that to learn the number.
Save some for me.
This is
save some for
the
me.
Opposite.
Okay.
This is the opposite of love, Natalie. What's happening right now?
Like, don't hate the player.
She won't save the number, so she can learn the number off by heart. So that if she decides to block them, and delete the number, she can call them. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her.
How do you know me? How do you know me?
Because we're best friends, yeah. So don't listen to her. She's really deep in this love, but she wants to pretend that she's savage. So I'm glad that you guys wrote the book because it kind of softened her a little bit. You know what I mean? Softened her.
It just put my business out. This is one thing I just want to say though. Like, isn't this like the best time to be like a young Black reader? When we were like 17, 16, we were desperately searching for books, reading books about things that we shouldn't be reading about. And then like, when I read this book, it was
my
like,
favorite book, but still, I don't think we should have been reading that. Ooh.
yeah, and it's like, when I see these things, I just think to myself, wow, like young Black kids today, like they are so blessed to have this literature. I'm not saying that it's the best, it's where it should be, but like, come on, we didn't have anything. It's actually such a privilege. Like, I'm just so excited to be part of this.
Yeah, and I think that's why this book is really important, because I feel like we always say, like Natty and I, like we open a door, we kick it open and bring everyone through. And I really feel like when this book was conceived, so Danielle, you know I'm going straight to you soon, but when this book was conceived, it was to bring all the sisters in. Like, and when you read this book, considering it's written by 6 people, the way it just flows, you just know there's a connection, there's a love, and there is a sisterhood in terms of just the basic words from the book. So Danielle, can you just tell us a little bit about the guys? Things, all of you guys are muted now. This is Black Girls Book Club. You don't need to be muted. We'll just
all right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do
like,
it.
this is sisters with some people watching with Waterstones.
We over here, y'all the British ones. We thinking you polite. We trying to just keep it on your level.
When we have
Exactly.
to be. But this is a real celebration, and I know that Waterstones are kind of organizing this, and I know it's recorded, but I just kind of feel like this is just a conversation. Let's just pretend it's like it would have been with like Danielle with her whiskey, and then Angie just telling us all the secrets, and we always keep Angie's secret.
That's right.
You know, but we'll just be careful because this one's recorded. So please, guys, be careful of what you say. But we're still gonna get Angie to spill a little bit of tea, because you know we do love a little Angie secret. But Danielle, can you just tell us about the book, why you wanted to do it, and why you kind of reached out to the people that you reached out? Because I think that's really important.
Sure. First of all, I love y'all. Gosh, I wish we were there, because imagine, we're coming though next year. All of us are coming to see y'all. So I have a 15-year-old niece, and she loves to watch and read all of the teen books and watch all the teen films and TV shows. And she asked me, she just was like, why aren't there Black girls with love stories? Like, there are no Black girls in these films or TV shows that get the love stories, except for Angie Thomas's and Nicola Youth's. And she was like, and I've watched those 1,000 times. And she was like, but we don't show up as the center of a love story. And I thought, well, damn, you're right. So then fast forward like a month or two after that conversation, the pandemic swept the world. Everything shut down. I'm in New York. Tiffany's in New York. Ashley's in New York. New York felt like the whole city had blacked out. You know, it's a city like London where it's movement constantly, and then the streets were empty. And I felt like we might not make it through this. And we were all in our, you know what I mean, group chats and calling each other, being like, are you okay? What's going on with you? Everyone had stopped working. We didn't know what was next. And we were watching Black people die on TV at the hands of police violence. And it was just a lot. And I thought, if we're stressed out, then our children are stressed out. So I said, hey, let's write a book together. We don't know what's going on with our editors. We don't know what's happening, but like, let's put some love into the world. And I just called my favorite people. These are my favorite boos. These are my beloveds. They put up with me and I love them. So I just called them and said, let's do this. And they all said yes. I was like, that was easy. That's the story. I'm sticking to it.
Bro, like anybody can tell your little ass no. Can't nobody tell your little ass no. Get out of here.
How dare you slander me in this way?
This is like,
am I wrong?
That's like the little one.
She's not wrong. Can any of you tell Danielle no? I can't. I literally can't.
No.
Like, I can't tell her no. I don't know how to.
No.
She's so innocent.
She'll chop you off at the ankles.
No. Even the way she's talking about it right now, she's like, and I just called them, and as if we had choices. As if. This girl is bossy. Bossy.
Assignment for sure.
Leadership skills. I'm a leader.
I like it. I'm going to use that. I'm going to be like, it's my leadership skills.
Leadership skills. I'm persuasive. That's all.
Yes, I love it.
Nicola was the easiest one because she already writes about love. She's like, love, no problem, I'm in. That's all you had to say. Tiffany D. Jackson, on the other hand, was like, but I can't kill anybody.
Basically, it was like, are you sure? Like, do you have the right person? Are you dialing the right Tiffany?
Yes.
because I'm happy about, you know. But
Wait, we gotta tell Tiff, you have to tell the rat story because
The rat story.
we were not okay with you putting a rat. It's like you couldn't kill anybody, so you wanted to do something else that was like, this is what I do, but we thwarted you.
So to be honest, I feel like if you're going to tell any New York story, a proper New York story, it should have like a rat in the subway or
let's be real.
Elevator. Like, you know, let's keep it real. But no one wanted to do that because, you know, it's all supposed to be love and swooning. I'm like, you know, okay, so this is fake New York, but it's cool. It's cool. It's fine. And so they talked me out of it and we replaced it with so much more. So, you know, I feel satisfied in my soul.
How dare you slander us like this, saying that we censored you for putting a rat in the story?
I actually want to read the rat version. I'll be really just to see the rat version. That version has some flavor, a little bit of something, a little something.
Flavor.
The rats here are scary. You don't want that. That's a whole different book.
Right. Yes.
Even New York rats, they look like cats, even bigger than that.
Yeah, they're huge.
Why are you guys rats like so big and like confident?
They're well fed.
They've come with it.
Because they're American. They believe in American exceptionalism. So they're real loud and wrong.
There we go.
And they
Like you guys have to have the biggest of everything, like the biggest,
even the biggest
the roaches,
the biggest
the,
rat.
the cockroaches are big too.
Wait, but do the roaches there, do they fly? Because like I've seen some giant flying cockroaches and I thought I was
we have those here.
New York.
Oh, I don't know. I see them here in the South.
In the South.
We call them water bugs. They come like during like the season. Typically.
We got water, but I'm not talking water bugs. It's like these are.
But we don't have any of that in our book.
And they
don't have any of that in our book. Okay.
No rats.
No
rats.
It's not raggedy. There's no water bugs, no cockroaches, guys. There's no rats.
No murder. There's no murder.
They're like, no, it has to be beautiful.
But stop mashing up the book.
Yeah,
it's for the baby girls.
What they told me.
What is happening?
I know. Our book is beautiful. There are no rats. There's
no rats, no
roaches,
no
flying roaches.
Just love. Okay, that's it. And I did. I made them all do this with me. So fine. Yes, I did.
Yeah, you forced them. Good. I forced Natalie to write this book with me. She wanted to write something else. I said no. Exactly. Let's write this one instead. And then she's like, okay.
Exactly.
That's the story, and I'm sticking to it.
Melissa, real recognizes real. Okay. Real recognizes real. So y'all act like, you know what I mean? It was so bad. I was like, this is what we're going to do. And you're like, oh, this is great. It did.
It worked out.
And it happened.
It worked out very well.
More than worked out. It more than worked out. So, Nats, do you want to do the next question? Or do you want me to go into my next one?
You go into your next one and then I'll do the next one. Then we go.
Okay. So our boo, Nick, with the blue lips, gorgeous as ever. Tell her, how did you, so we kind of know how you felt when Danielle approached you and was like, yeah, do you want to do this book? Because not like you could say no.
But, you don't say no to a little bit over there.
But when she asked you like to do this book on love, what was kind of your first thought? Like, were you worried about it, or were you like, yeah, I'm just going to do it? Because I feel like when you do something with a friend, like with Natalie and I, like she wanted to do a book and I was like, I don't want to do that kind of book. I want to do this kind of book. But it's like a conversation, like a lovely conversation. And then we kind of settled on what we're doing. But it was really like quite nice, that process of deciding how we wanted it to be and kind of working things out. Did you just trust your friend and was like, yeah, I'm going to do love, tell me what to do? Or as soon as she says we're going to write a book, you were like, okay, fine, now let me go and do my own thing. How did you kind of?
Well, so the interesting thing about the way this book came together is that we were all given the space to kind of do what we do naturally. You just had to do it with love at the center. So, you know, as soon as Danielle was like, it's like 5,000 words, I was like, okay, sign me up, because I don't like writing long stuff, right? Like, I'm not the one out here. I can't do it. Like, I genuinely can't sustain a story for longer than like 50 or 60,000 words at the most. So she said 5,000. I was like, oh, that's it? Okay, I'm bet. So I did, the story that I did was a story that I would do, you know? And I think the same is true for all of us. Like the story Ashley did is a very Ashley story. The story Angie did is a very like, it's like rife with hilarious dialogue. Right.
I was like, how did you?
Spoiler alert. I was like, Angie, this book is set in New York. Why are we talking about Mississippi, babes?
I said, what? When I saw direction on, I said,
I don't know New York. She brought the down.
Look, Angie and I worked out a way.
I started laughing and I put the book down because I was like, Angie, really?
But I asked her to do that. I wanted that perspective of big city for the first time, and Angie knows how to bring that. Like,
you did it very well, but I just thought this book is meant to be set in New York. We're expecting to see rats, not Mississippi. That's saying. Anyway, sorry, Nick. I probably interrupted you just so I could cross.
No, you good.
But yeah, I just had to tell her off just a little bit. I just thought we always tell her off because she's always doing stuff, and we don't want her to do that, but she does it anyway. Obviously, it always works out well, and that's the problem.
It works out really well. When I saw,
you give her like a little bit of a slap, and then you're just like, can't. It was good. It was good.
Right.
It was good. But yeah, sorry, Nick, tell us. So you were
No, you're good. No,
yeah,
what I was saying, like so really the setup was Danielle gave us each a trope. Or she either gave us a trope or a location. And it was like, go do what you do, you know? And there's something powerful about us being trusted. Like, you trust me in my work because you just like, go do your thing, which means that you're trusting me to be a part of this thing that you're creating. And I want to rise to the occasion, you know? So it was fun, and it was very organic. The whole thing was very organic.
yeah,
Well, I loved your story. I'm not going to spoiler alert, but when I read it, I was like, this is such a Nick story. Like, I really, really loved it. And I know that it's meant to just be small. I know you don't want to do anything more than like 50,000 words. But again, I just want to kind of see more of that story. That story for me. No? Okay, fine.
But her story was actually...
You need to talk to your friend.
You're not the first person to say
I know,
that,
but
like,
Nick
I'm not
Stone...
trying to write a whole... Look.
That was like 8,000 words at the end.
It was, which is still only 8,000 words. That's only
the facts.
It's still
yours
only
is probably the
words.
longest. Yours is probably the
I
longest.
thought
No, Tiffany's is.
Exactly that. Yeah.
But I mean, outside of Tiffany's, yours is the longest word count wise, besides Tiff's.
Cool. It's still only 8,000 words is my point. Like, I couldn't. And
you know, always
you're
talking
not
in
the
these
first
streets.
person. I'm just saying, you're not the first person to say, like, we want a whole book about these two characters. But like, honestly, it's not something I would do. Writing
like
a short story.
It's like a Netflix thing. And
it's just like, I can't bring myself as like a queer Black woman. Fine. But as a woman, I don't want to write that novel. Like, that's not a novel I want to write, because there are people who are living that experience who could write it and write it better than I could.
Tell them what your story's about, though.
So my story is about a pair of boys, JJ and Tremaine, who are trapped on the subway during the blackout. And JJ is the narrator. And as the story unfolds, we learn some things about him that he's kind of grappling with and trying to come to grips with inside of himself. And it's like a queer love story. And it was great. I really enjoyed writing it. I had a solid literal team of gay Black men kind of helping me to make sure that I wasn't stepping on nobody's toes and like making sure the representation was what it needed to be. But those same gay Black men are the ones who are going to do a novel the most justice.
Yeah. So can I say, one thing that I thought was amazing about the novel is just kind of like how the stories just flowed, considering each one is written by a completely different person and are all in different styles. Like, what was that process of like, okay, so, you know, you're going to write about this, and these characters are going to be connected, and these characters are going to be like, how did you guys plan that? Because that must have taken so much planning, because every story references characters from other stories, right?
Let me drop that stuff in at the end.
Yeah, that was what we did at the end.
So I could jump here and say, like, when Danielle first approached me about this idea, and I was like, I don't know if I'm the right person for this. And she was sort of like pitching it as a Love Actually. I was like, that's all I could see it as. I could literally only see it as a Love Actually Valentine's Day type of thing. So I could only see my story broken up into scenes, which is why I kind of did it where it started. The story is between two exes who start in Harlem and find themselves in the middle of a blackout, and they have to work together to walk back to Brooklyn, which if anyone's ever been to New York, that's a long ass walk. So, and be stuck with your ex, it's sort of like that misery, but also that curiosity of like, you know, can you ever fall in love again? And because of that, like, I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to split it up. It's going to be sort of interstitials between everyone else's story. And then we decided to sort of loop everyone in and interconnect it through characters or even just like settings where people went to school or neighborhoods they grew up in. So that's sort of like, and so I kind of like always say like, I'm sorry, guys, I gave us a lot of more work, but it ended up working out really well at the end. Like it was actually very easy to just sort of connect everyone and say, okay, you're this person's brother. These people are from Jamaica. So it was really easy to sort of like snap that in two. And because we are all professionals and we all very much are huge fans of each other's work, we kind of like knew each other. And like Angie always says, like, this is like the best group project to work on. Like there was no like fights, there were no rows or whatever. It was just really like chill.
That's funny because the way it's written, I thought someone sat back and planned that all out before you guys started writing because it's just so seamless.
I thought it was even Tiffany that might have done it because of the way they kind of linked like the different acts. I was like, someone has done this, but it reminds me of like when Natty and I write, we don't talk to one another. So we talk about like at the beginning, oh, we're going to write a book. It's going to be called Grown. Yeah, that's what the book is about. Then we just don't talk again. And then when you see the chapters, you're like, wow, we're saying the same thing. And it's like really weird, but I think when you kind of have a really deep connection with somebody, it's just natural. Like I was writing, I knew what she would be writing about or how she would phrase something, so I knew, okay, I won't talk about this subject or topics, I know she's doing it, so that kind of makes sense. Guys, look, no, it is. I just can't wait for people to read this book. And I know Sarita was in the chat and she's saying, give us a synopsis. And it's like, babe, did you not hear? It's about a blackout in New York. And the people they're in love. There's love in the book. Like if we give, like we'll spoil the book. So if we start doing a proper synopsis, before you know it, I've just ruined the whole book and you guys are not going to be able to read it.
Someone in the group said I can't hold water and that actually triggered me. So that is why I'm not saying anything about what's going on in the book.
You don't want to be the one, like when the event is done, then Waterstones is like, we can't bring back Melissa and Natalie because they ruined the book. Now no one wants to buy it.
Yeah.
It won't be me spoiling the book. So if anyone wants to put synopsis in the chat, if you want to go onto Amazon, Waterstones, whatever, get the details for the book and put it into the group chat, you can do that. But it won't be me or Black Girls Book Club that's ruining the book for anybody.
Because they'll tarnish your name in the streets. Yeah, tarnish your name in the streets.
Listen, I've got a brand to protect.
Personal brand. I was just about to say.
So I'm going to move on to my next question, which is obviously the queen of love, the queen of romance. But she's smiling because she knows it's her, Nicola Yoon. Can I just say, like, I know like we're talking about Blackout, but when we read The Sun Is Also a Star, I remember dashing the book and being like, Jamaican people in the book. I got so excited. Like, I remember like telling Natalie, you need to get this book.
Yes, I read it the next day. She told me to read it.
And I just remember just thinking to myself, it's been a long time since I've read something that had kind of centered a Black girl, a dark-skinned Black girl, and she's just living her life, and she was strong, she was intelligent, all of the things.
Jamaican.
Yeah, like, I know it sounds like deep, but like the Jamaican bit, like the Jamaican was the most important bit. But for me, it was so exciting to have something like that. And I think even in the UK, we don't really have authors that do that. And I just remember there was just a period when Natalie and I were really, really, really hard and tough books. And then I think someone sent, I don't know, it wasn't sent to us. I think I went online and just ordered all of these books by Black women. I didn't care. If the title looked nice, the cover looked nice, I just ordered it. And I remember just picking up this book and just being blown away because it's not what I expected. So for me, when I saw all of the names, I was like, that's my boo, that's my babes. I love that. And I was like, Nicola Yoon, because we haven't yet had an event with you. And I was like, these publishers are not bringing Nicola to Black Girls Book Club, but it's okay. I'll meet her one day. And obviously
we're going to fix it.
Danielle fixed it for us.
So
like for me, it's so important that you're in this book because you do love. And it's so lovely to see everybody else doing love, but you do love. So I think that was really important for me just to see that. So tell us, like, how did you feel when you were approached? Were you just like, yeah, I'm the queen of love? like black love. But of course, was it like, of course you're calling me.
That's what I said.
Yeah, was it like that? Or was it very much like, thank you for inviting me? Because if it was me, if I were you, I'd be like, well, duh, of course I'm going to be in this book. Like, hello. But how did you feel like when you were asked?
Well, I mean, it was a well done, right? But because I get to work with these women, right? Because they are all incredible, as you already know. But first, thanks for all the love on the books. But I mean, I think one of the things that you notice about the book is that it flows so well because we all have the same mission. And first of all, they're all brilliant, right? But we all have the same mission, which is like, can we just have some more Black people in love, please? Right? That's it, right? Because we have lots of Black stories, very few of them, or not enough of them, are about, you know, big transformative love. You know, the girls get to kiss the girls and the boys get to kiss the boys, and we all get to think about the power of love to change your life. Black people think about that stuff all the time, and you just never see it. Like, you just see it so rarely, and it's a real problem, right? And I have a 9-year-old girl. I have to answer to her, right? She's going to read books. I have to answer to her. It's not okay that only the sort of white girls get to be swoony and beautiful and vulnerable and brilliant, because it isn't true. And our job is to tell the truth, right? And so that's what we all did, right? We like wrote a book with people that we know and that we love and that exist in real life. So let's have some more of them, please.
I think that's such a nice answer, but me being shady, I want to know, like, when you were reading these stories, were you like, I'm the queen of love and this is not enough love, like, more?
Yes, she did!
I did it!
We did.
Actually, tell her what she did.
Yeah.
We need more kissing. We need more kissing.
You guys are terrible, but yes, I mean, of course, there's always more kissing. Right? Listen, I once wrote a scene in the book that was 4 pages of kissing, and my editor was like, "What is wrong with you?"
Nothing. Nothing. There's nothing wrong.
I love kissing. I love
Kissing is so nice. So I just feel like more
so
kissing.
nice. You can spend like hours just kissing, and I was doing that. And she's like, "You can't have 4 pages of kissing. Knock it off."
Nikki
Did
told
you
us
just
to
move the kisses? Like, you put one page where it was and then move the other pages to other parts of the book. Just spread out the kissing.
Spread it out. Yeah.
No, but she did. She told us, she was like, we need more kissing. We need to tighten up, y'all. Get that kissing
Black women
into
need to
every
hear that. We
section.
need more kissing. That's what Black women need to hear. I'm here for
I
it.
kissed a lot when I was a teenager.
I know you kissed a lot when you were a teenager,
It's a
innit?
lot.
Kissing up.
Some of those
all the
kisses,
time.
I mean, do you guys remember
That's
your
fine.
first kiss and how mind-blowing that is? You're just like, wait, we could be doing this all the time.
See, mine
Like,
was
mine
terrible.
always
Yeah, no, mine wasn't like
Well,
that.
Mine was
I
terrible.
don't really, no.
My
Listen,
I remember the
area.
first kiss with my
My first
husband,
kiss
not
was
with
with Adam
whoever it
Bernard.
was before.
My first
Mine
kiss
was
was
bad.
Adam Bernard. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Adam Bernard.
Adam Bernard.
Adam Bernard.
Year 6 when we went to.
Now if you're name checking people.
Like, you know what it is with Adam
Poor
Bernard.
man
You have
out
to say
here.
his full name. There
No,
were
you have
two
to say his
Adams.
full name because there's
One
2
was
Adams.
Adam Barnes,
Yeah.
and he was just white. Then Adam Bernard, but we just said Adam Bernard, and he was. Where's he from? Guyana. Where is he from?
No, Grenada.
Grenada. Yeah.
Oh.
So everyone likes.
Y'all putting all his business out there.
Yeah.
Just
He's
because-
gonna do
Yeah.
his thing, I'm not lying.
Or
Before
Adam
you know it, we'll be talking about Tommy Oroboride, innit? He's been name checked in every single event we've ever done in our life. So
Or a day. Do you remember we used to sing his name like that?
he used to get
That
so.
was like my high school crush. I saw him the other day, you know.
What did he look like? I need to
Is it
think back
cute?
on-
He's been
Did he
back,
look recovered?
he went back to the gym. Like, he looked good. He
looks
did have
recovered.
those dark circles around his eyes.
Oh yeah, cool. Because when Ryan saw him in the in uni in the IT lab,
He's looking good.
he was looking a bit different. So okay.
Look, you know, Melissa, I told you when I was over there, you know, I'm always on the hunt for a UK boo. So
So you don't want
Oh,
Tommy
no.
Oh,
No,
oh.
no, but
No,
Tiffany also is interested too. She's another fellow
no,
Jamaican.
no.
Look,
No.
Where we're gonna take Tiffany to Orleans. That's what we should take her in it.
Closed down.
It closed down.
Yeah, Orleans is closed. It
So
did
where
start
so
lockdown.
where do we go? Like when we want to like go into a real sweat box, where are we taking people? You know, like there are certain places that are really tiny. Everyone's just hitched up on each
Yeah,
other.
like
but now it's like the Corona box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
Oh,
basically.
oh, this just took a left.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Don't worry. We'll
I
figure it
know.
out.
Just have a coronavirus.
I
We don't want
personally
no coronaviruses.
wouldn't recommend a UK boo. Like, I would not. Like,
No, I wouldn't either.
Oh,
I
but
couldn't
you're,
be confident.
what? Don't
Depressing.
You can
kill
do,
our
like,
dreams.
Dinner. Thing is, I would say you can do dinner, drinks, like you can date them, but I kind of feel like you just need to be dating multiple people. I'm even married, but even me, I'm just like, like if I got like divorced like tomorrow, I would just be like, okay. Because what am I gonna do? Because the men's ain't mensing.
The men,
They're not mensing.
Men's in.
Okay, so hold on, because I'm gonna flip that on y'all. Did you feel like there was mensing happening in the book, or like boysing, I guess?
Well, you know what? When I read the book, this is what made me laugh, because I was like, it's so beautiful and it's so lovely, and I'm so happy, excited for like the baby girls to read it because they need to see it. But I'm like, they need to read this first before they turn 18 and get slapped bang in the rubbish that we've been experiencing. I want them to have something nice. You know what I mean? I just feel that they need to have something really, really, really nice so they're not jaded. I feel like, because we grew up reading, like, you know, what's it, Natalie used to read like Milk and My Purple, Fly Girl by Omar Tyree, like the world's coldest winter ever. I always knew
that ruined me. That's
why I was like prepared for men to be trash. Nothing wrong with it to a degree, but it would be quite nice
for men to
if we had. You know what I mean?
I read Waiting to Excel at 17. I spoke to my auntie Dawn about it the other day. I was like, you should never ever have let me. No, I wasn't 17. I was 15.
No, you were younger than that.
You should never let me.
You were still in school.
Yeah, no, I was 13 when I read Waiting to Exhale, and I was like, "Oh, marriage is a terrible idea." So when I do look at this book, I do feel like we are giving something back to girls that we never had. We never had like swoony love stories that we can somewhat aspire to. We were never like, you know, the damsel in our own story. There was no hero to come and save us. And so I do feel like, yes, I was reading all of Tariq Millan's, all of Omar Tyree, and all of that, and thinking like, you know, I was already prepared for, I was about to have a curse, but I was already prepared for nonsense and, you know, somewhat proven right, but somewhat proven wrong. And I want girls to have that moment. I want them to feel like, yes, that this is such an impossible love story, because it does happen. There's so many exceptions to the rules. And even like in our own circle where, you know, I look at my friends and their marriages and their loved ones and the way that they love, I just feel like, yes, it's wholly possible. So yes, I do believe that this book is hopefully going to be a game changer.
And these boys that they've written too.
I just think I love the fact that the girls were just kind of like so in their feelings and in their emotions, and like, you guys got into the characters, like you really got to see kind of what it was like, what they're feeling, how they felt, should they say, should they not say. And it kind of really just reminded me of being young and actually having a crush. I'm like, should I say, like, should I talk about my feelings? Should I not? What should I do? Who should I choose? I kind of liked all of that nice stuff without kind of like drama. He's cheating on me, beating me, selling drugs. Mamas, you know, in the street.
It proves that you can have stories about Black people just living their everyday Black lives, and it's cool. And it's like, when I deep it now, like the reason why we're saying to you we can't find you a UK man is because all we know how to do is situationships. But if all you've ever experienced and had, no, but it's true. Like if all the stories you've read are kind of just mad stories, and you're just thinking, I don't want a man, or I don't want to be in a relationship. Like for me, when I look at my friends who kind of from other demographics, they've always been like the picture or the portrait of what love is. They've got experiences of that, and they can see it in books, TV adverts, etc. I have a friend who will break up with her man today in the morning. By tonight, she's got a next one. She's got a next one.
Is that me?
Because no, it's not even you. It's not even you. The thing is, I know it sounds like you, but it's not you, because it's the way that she's
does not sound like me.
With you, you'll just be a bit guarded still. Like it's the way in which she's able to love openly, because for her, the whole thing is finding someone at some point, settling down, having a family. That's just what she thinks is going to happen. So she doesn't care if she has 1 man, 2 man, 3 man, 4. Like with my friends from a different demographic, it'll be very much like, well, I've had this one man, I can't tell anyone else I've had this man because he's broken up with me, so you're not going to hear about any other man until I get married. And it's like, okay.
I wish
we shouldn't have to do that. If you want to do that, you know, you want to keep it to yourself, that's cool. But I think sometimes we should just be allowed to just love and live our life freely. Yeah.
Be free to make mistakes.
I want a love triangle like an Angie story, and I want, you know what I mean? Like,
She
where's
loves
my
the
love
love
triangle?
triangle.
Don't worry, we're getting to that.
With you, Angie.
Because all Angie knows is mix up.
You
Angie,
don't
you're the
actually
next
want that
one.
in real life.
Look,
I'm
you've
just gonna say,
you've spoken to
you don't
Nicola,
want it in real
obviously,
life.
Queen of
Yes,
Love,
I do.
Black Love. But why do you like to do mix up? Why did you have to be the one to bring the triangle? Why?
Because she's messy.
And spoiler alert, it turned out to be like a square.
Exactly.
It turned out to be a square, really.
Mhm. It's a love square.
A pentagon.
It did.
But you know, here's the thing. When I was talking to Danielle about, because she was talking about these different tropes we could do, I thought about it. I said, I don't remember a lot of stories where Black girls are at the center of a love triangle. You know, you see it happen in young adult books all the time.
That's true.
You
Okay,
see it though.
You want to tell her off, but she explains herself. You're like, okay, fine.
It's true.
But you don't. You think about it like, you know, when people think about young adult fiction, they think a lot of Twilight and the Hunger Games. And in both of those stories, you have these two white girls who have to choose between these two boys. You don't see Black girls getting to choose between the boys.
You know
And
what?
I think
okay.
we should be given that right.
Yeah.
Okay, Angie, you're right. Okay, friend. Once
And
more.
you knew she was going to choose all that
Down,
drama.
Okay.
She was going to choose that mess. You know, she likes that mess.
And she loves the drama.
She does love the
But
drama.
also-
but it makes sense.
But also, a lot of times, like, people frame it as if, you know, in young adult stories, like whoever the person is with in the book, that's forever. They're not going to change who they like or how they see people or how they blah, blah, blah. Now, I will say, I believe that whoever ends up together in a Nickelodeon book, they're going to stay together forever. I will
Agreed.
not accept anything less.
Agreed.
But like,
Agreed.
but you know, but like with this story and this young lady, I wanted to show she's still trying to figure out who she is. So how can she know exactly who she wants to be with? So let's have a little pull, you know, and especially like a relationship where you've been with somebody since you were young, like middle school. I don't know if you're gonna end up together forever. I'm glad I didn't end up with who I was in love with in middle school.
Me
I
neither.
talked about this in another event. I loved Lil Bow Wow. I'm so glad I did not end up with Lil Bow
He
Wow.
fell off though. I'm sorry, he fell off because I was ready to marry him.
I never had that love for Little Bow Wow. I don't know who to
No.
Oh, I like Craig David. That's all I liked.
I
No,
like
one
Craig.
guy.
But Craig was slamming though. Craig was cute.
Craig David could get it.
Come here, baby.
Mhm.
Mhm.
This is it.
Come
I
here.
had my one love, and I just kept that love for how long, innit? Forever. Even when he weren't releasing songs, even when the songs.
Wow, everyone
You-
is passing on
The
Bow
chat
Wow.
is
I never-
blowing up
he was
about
too
Bow
short.
Wow.
He was too short.
But
I didn't
Agreed.
like Marion. I didn't like
He
Marion
stopped.
either.
Yeah, he stopped.
He
Bow Wow
wasn't-
stopped growing, and that was it.
Listen, I will tell y'all the story of the day I fell out of love with Lil Bow Wow. Real
Please
quick.
Tell
do,
me.
it's fantastic.
Tell us.
He came to Jackson, and my mom, being my mom, she managed to get me backstage passes so I could meet Lil Bow Wow. And he was on tour with Mario. Y'all remember Mario?
Yes.
I love Mario.
Okay.
Mario.
So-
I'm British. Mario.
Mario.
Well, Mario, he came out first at the meet and greet. Mario came out first in the meet and greet. Mario was tall, and he was smelling.
How did he
Oh my
smell?
God.
Tell me how he smelled.
He smelled amazing. He smelled like a dream. And he was tall and he was cute and he hugged me and I fell in love. Then Bow Wow came out and he was shorter than me. He was super small and it was a disappointment. And from that moment on, I did not love Bow Wow.
He
Didn't you
is
say,
mad
like,
little
didn't you
too.
like say out loud, is that it? Was she like, is
Yeah,
that
I
it?
said to my mom when he came out, I told my mom, I said, is that it?
Why are you a thug like that?
I feel like everybody
Outrage.
know for reference how little Angie is.
Yeah,
She is little, so he must be. Is that Kobe? You might as well just bring him in.
I know.
Me.
He wants to be involved.
He's mad too. But Angie's short.
You know what it is because she's cussing Little Bow Wow, and that's it. Like
Angie and I are
Bow
both.
wow wow. I'm
Bow,
saying
wow,
bow wow
wow.
and it's making him bark. Hey baby. you
Angie
coming
and I
up
are the
here?
same size though, right? We're the same height.
So he's shorter than you.
Which
Yes,
means
that's what I'm saying.
not
For
tall.
reference, Angie's little.
yeah. That means he's no.
Oh my gosh.
I was in love with Crisscross, which is unfortunate.
Oh, John.
Yeah. I'm about this.
I'm not
No,
sure.
that's gonna be stuck in
You
my
know,
head
so
all
which
day
one?
now.
Just both of them. Just Crystal.
Sorry,
No,
Nikki.
I like the chocolatey one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enough.
Who did
I mean,
like?
they both named Chris, so
They're
just
both
pick
named Chris. Chocolate Chris and Yellow Chris is what I called them.
Oh my God.
I didn't know the difference. So it was chocolate Chris and yellow Chris. So and the chocolate one was the one I liked. So
Everything hurts.
Somebody in the chat said something about B2K. I forgot about them.
I forgot about
I
that.
loved B2K too. Like I saw them in person and they were tall and fine, and that was it for me. Like
Marion
you
is
know.
not that tall. Come on, he's like 5'5".
No, he's not that
they
tall.
were taller than
He's
me.
bigger than Angie, so
You were
Look,
like
no.
11.
Mm-mm.
I was in love with Sierra, which is
Yes.
yeah.
to be fair,
Yes.
one
To be
thing
fair,
about
yes.
Sierra, when she came out, everyone was trying to get that. What color is that? Like 31, whatever it is. That color weave. Everyone wanted to get the weave. Everyone wanted to wear the little bathing suit.
31. Oh my
Like, you know what I
God.
mean? With the jeans. Everyone was trying to pop up on their dad's roof of his car.
the
Like, everyone was
numbers.
just doing the most.
We
got
got
something
Alizé,
about
we
her.
got
There was just
31
something
Weed,
about her.
We got it all.
Yeah. Yes. But now I have graduated. I want a tall,
Oh,
dark,
here
and
we
handsome
go.
man.
We all
Okay.
know who she's gonna
You're not
say.
going to get
Okay.
that in the UK.
Melissa, this is what I need. Natalie, this is what I need. Do you know that man who plays Manta and Aquaman? His name is Yahya Mateen Abdul II, honey.
Back off.
Oh, yes.
Back off.
Yes.
Listen, I will.
You're
I'll
going to
leave
find
them
that in the UK. You'll
leave
find
them.
that Paul from that show. What's that? Blue Therapy.
No. Don't
That's
do
what
it.
she'll end up with.
No, because you guys have Idris Elba as well, honey. So I know you make him good. So that's why I'm coming over there and I'm ready.
Turn left.
You know, Idris Elba is so old.
To
Like,
the
for you
rule.
to find a man like that, you're going to have to go to one. I'm trying to think. Like, you just need to go to one pub in Dor. Like, the places that you'll have to go to find an Idris Elba that's not famous. It's just, you don't want to be going to these places. I'm not.
What's
Look,
hilarious is
you
like
come,
if
we're gonna
you
try,
just read
But you're going to
the
end
chat,
up with
please.
someone from Backchat. That's what's going to end up happening. Now, I know you guys know what I'm referencing, but when you come off this, go and Google Back. You're gonna know. You'll understand what the men.
And I know that Idris is the uncle, right?
All of you in something from Backchat to see what we're dealing with in this country because it's not nice.
No,
It's not nice.
He's not even an uncle. He's a granddad.
Worse than what's that guy from Love and Hip Hop?
he is, but we can take 15 years off of him, like his Idris's like
You know what?
son.
If you end up trying to find a man in this England, you're going to end up. You know that guy who from Love and Hip Hop, the one that had Amina and he had the other one. What's his name?
No,
Peter Guns.
no, Peter Guns.
That's what you're going to end up with. The kind of man that you're talking about. You're going to come to this England, and he's going to charm you. And before
He's
you
like
know
20 children.
that's what they're going. He'll tell you he's got no kids and he's single, all this kind of stuff. Then you're going to put his picture up on Instagram, and then someone's going to be like, Danielle,
That's my man.
as a sister, I'm coming to you to tell you that is my husband and the father of my You lot don't understand what we're dealing with in this England.
I'm coming to you
I'm
as a
just
woman.
saying.
Is this some Jamaican diaspora stuff? Is this what this is?
You know what? It's so mix up. Yeah, it's a bit Jamaican, it's a bit Nigerian, a bit Ghana. It's everybody. Every man that comes, even men from America that come to this, they'll come, they're fine for like a month or two, then they just get like ruined. They just get ruined.
It's something in the water.
Y'all are really selling these British boys, man.
I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to save you, lot.
Tiffany and I had a plan.
We had plans.
We had plans. Tiffany, tell the plans that we had. What was our plan?
Just having like a summer love, like
summer love. Oh, you want summer love? That's fine. They'll take you to the Shard. They'll spend £200 on a date. They'll buy you Alizé. They're gonna buy you some. Look, they're gonna treat you so good. You just need to remember it's just for a summer and not for a lifetime. If you can remember it's just a situationship, you'll be fine.
I mean, I would
get on the plane to fly back. You just block on WhatsApp and move on.
Them. You cannot turn a hoe into a house husband. That's all I have to tell you, lot. That is all I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
But the boys in our book are great role models for the next generation of young men.
I feel like we're done out, we're finished, but the baby girls and the baby boys, they're going to read this and they're going to do better. So that's why it's important.
Exactly.
Now we're going to move on to our Tiffany. You know what I love about Tiffany? Because obviously she put Mariah Carey on the second page of the book. But her book is called Grown and our book is called Grown. So you just know we're just vibing like that, guys.
Yeah.
You just know.
Perfect.
Just know, right? So Tiffany, I know you want to put rats in the book, you want to put cockroaches. Are you happy? Are you happy with what you gave the babies? Because I'm really happy. I loved it. But are you happy? Or are you kind of like disappointed? Do you really wish they allowed you to throw a knife in there? Or a little gunfire, or just something a bit
Gunfire, a little bridge falling down.
just something.
No, I'm actually really happy. I'm like, I feel incredibly blessed to be a part of this like miraculous book that we just put together that is groundbreaking in so many ways. So I'm happy that I didn't kill anyone or poison anyone in the midst of it. I feel like success. Also, I contain multitudes. I can do it all. But yes, I'm so thrilled to be a part of this and to give young Tiffany what she didn't have.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you did it. And as I said, I wouldn't mind having a rat or two. But having said that, I just
I walked past a dead rat in Tottenham, but like when I was on
Tottenham is like the New York of.
I know where that is.
Yeah.
Who said they know where that is? Who went to Tottenham? What now? Why is it you were in Tottenham? What were you doing there?
I used to live in London.
I did not know.
You should know that there's no men here.
Well, I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself when I was there at like.
It's around about 2010 that you lived over here.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know the streets anymore.
See how you knew? Because 2009, 2010 was a good year. It was a good time.
I had a good time. Everyone was loving my accent. I was like, yes.
That makes so much sense. That's when Peppers and Spice was good. That's when
it's so amazing. Like I could go to New York and everyone would be crazy about my accent. And then American comes over here, everyone's crazy about the accent. I don't know what it is about the voice. That's why I'm trying to go to New York, because I'm just trying to get like free brunch, free lunch, free dinner, because in the US, people spend money on dates. Over here, like someone will buy you one drink and it's like you owe them an ovary.
No, they'll Monzo you. They'll Monzo you.
It's like that here too. Don't get it twisted.
Are you serious? Like I thought you liked the date. Like
no, over here ain't nobody. Nah.
I bought you dinner and I have a kidney. Like that's how.
No, there's a little bit more. Like you're gonna come to New York and come stay with me, and we're gonna go out and you're gonna clean up because the accent. I'm just telling you. Like even Tiffany and I were talking about how a man could be like at maybe like a 6 or a 7, but if they have that British accent, it like bumps them up to the 9 or 10 areas.
Well, we're gonna put this to the test. We're gonna do a Black Girls Book Club brunch, or maybe thing is, Angie will tell us what she prefer, a brunch or a dinner, because we've done them all. Or a little drink soiree. Angie can decide because she's had them all, because we've really honored and celebrated her. But we're going to celebrate all 6 of you, and we'll see if we can get some menses.
No.
Break the rule. No menses. Sorry, guys. After the brunch or the dinner, go find some menses.
I will like literally, do you know how many black men are desperate to go to a Black Girls Book Club event? I get so many DMs. Can I come to this event? Can I come to this event? No. There was one time we released, do you remember we released brunch tickets and it sold out, and then some men pranked us and told us that they bought tickets?
I think they did though, because when I looked, it looked like they did, but I think they gave the tickets like to a friend.
Oh, I cancelled tickets. I started cancelling tickets until I realised that some of the names were unisex, and then I felt bad.
Not meant to tell people that that's what we actually did. And
I was like, yo, bro, I've got a ticket to brunch. I've got a ticket with a goodie bag. Yeah, I'm expecting my book to be delivered. Estimated date of delivery, 29th of March.
Someone said no, shut the door on them. So no men at Black Girls Book Club.
After the book club, we'll get in those streets, those London streets, and you will.
This is what
help. Your hand sanitizer.
Yes, absolutely. But I'm trying to come clean up.
I actually think you will. So we're going to bring it last, but by no means least. Ashley, tell us about I want to know, how did you react to Danielle telling you that you have to be in the book? So I know she didn't ask you, she just told you. I just know she did. How did you react? Were you positive, or you just kind of like, do you make us sweat just a little bit?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I'm not really a maker of sweat for people. I'm just kind of like, okay, that sounds fun.
That's what she did. That's exactly. She didn't even think about it. 10 seconds.
Oh,
okay.
Sure.
No
and
argument.
I'm just like ready to brainstorm stuff, because I love brainstorming stuff. Like helping to come up with a timeline and figuring out like where everybody's story should go and stuff like that. I really liked doing all of that kind of work. So yeah. And like once Tiffany was like, she's gonna break up her story, I was like, oh, this is perfect. And I like made a Google Doc. I got so excited.
Yes, you are Natalie. Natalie in her Google Doc.
I love the Google Doc.
No reason.
I've got an addiction.
That's great.
Okay.
And she was alerting everybody and like organizing and putting things and texting people like, you doing this? Like she talk about bossy. They said,
Ash is the queen of Google.
But
Ash has saved us all, though. With
Yes.
Google Docs. So I can be for real, though. Like,
Oh,
you
the
saved my
Blackout
job.
Mom.
the Blackout Mom.
Blackout
That's her.
Mom.
Blackout Mom.
Oh, I love it.
Totally the Blackout Mom.
You
She's like, good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
You have to share this on the internet today. Good morning.
You know what? I know that's true because when we started like publicizing, because we didn't have all the bits for it, but we knew that we were doing something for you guys, and we knew there were going to be like a special Black Girls Book Club members like tote bag, all that kind of stuff. And as soon as we posted it, Ashley was like, retweet. And I was like, and then I just thought, I was like, yeah, she's the one. She's the one. She
And then, I
retweeted that.
probably, and then I probably sent the link to the group
She did.
chat. And I'm like, hey,
Yes.
guys,
Yep.
Because it's like one after the other. It's always like Ashley, and then it's like one after the other.
Yeah.
I like
You
that.
need a group
though.
mum, though. You need a group mum that holds it together.
You do.
Ashley's
love it.
like the sweetest, least confrontational person, but don't make her mad in email style. Like the thuggery gets very real when the
She's an email thug. She's
the
an email
emails come
thug.
out. Like she will eviscerate your entire self-esteem with a very classily worded email. It is
I
astonishing.
love it. Do you do lessons?
This is what Matthew and I need to learn. How to do a good
it
email.
is honestly my greatest joy to help someone craft a classy fuck you.
Yes.
You know what? I need to speak to you offline because there's 3 emails that I need to write.
Yeah.
I need to speak to you offline because these
Send them
emails
to
need to
me,
get
I
written.
will edit them and send them back to you.
Thank you, babes. That's just what I wanted. Now, I know like everyone's like, oh my God, we've been in this chat for an hour just listening. I thought we was going to do Q&As. And I know a lot of you sent your questions beforehand. Obviously, we forgot to read them out.
I feel like some of them have been answered. I was looking, I wasn't being negligent. I was looking at them and I was like, oh, we've answered that one. We've answered
Okay, so babe, did you want to ask the questions to the group and then whoever wants to answer can answer? And I guess, guys, if you want to do more questions, can you put it in the Q&A? I think you've got to do it. I've been observing the chat, but it's going so quickly that I'm missing out on like what some people want to ask. But if you can just do it in the specific Q&A box, we've only got 2 in at the moment.
And
So
one is just like saying, I love you all, like this event is amazing. So it's not really a question. I'll just type that answer.
it's a comment, you know, like when you do events and they're like, okay, so Q&A, and then someone stands up and they're like, so it's not a question. Hi. It's not a question. It's not a question. It's just a comment. And then they're like, well, I've written a book. It's very much like The Hate You Give. And da-da-da-da-da. So Angie, why did you do that? Because I think my book's better. Do you want to buy it? You know, that kind of energy.
Yes.
That kind of energy.
Yes.
Questions have question marks.
Beautiful. This comment was
That's what
beautiful.
it is.
Questions have question marks. That's what I always say before my Q&A. Questions have question marks.
You
babe.
actually say that.
Yes, I do. I do.
And
And
the moderator say it, you say it yourself, then people get scared. But good, then they know to come correct.
yes, they do. Questions have
They'll
question
get
marks.
shamed.
I'm gonna use that, Danielle. That's good.
You should.
That's
And I
good.
say it with a smile. I say it with a smile, just to remember from elementary school. Questions have question marks, everyone. Thank you.
I feel
Questions are coming.
You feel dragged.
The questions are coming. Some of these questions do have a question mark. So I'm going to go with Mahalia. And she says, what's your favorite thing about New York? I hope to move there one day. We won't ask Angie because she just wants to talk about Mississippi. So
No, I don't. I'm moving. So no,
where are you moving to? I told you guys
Atlanta.
she's gonna spill some tea.
You're moving to Hotlanta.
Yeah, you told us already because we're coming to
Yeah.
Angie's house so that we can go and stalk the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine.
This is where I'm at too. So like,
of course, yes.
we about to have that. We about to have like the Atlanta YA.
Atlanta a
whole
good place to
joint.
get a rich husband because I've been watching Married to Medicine.
No, it's actually not a great place to get a rich husband because everybody's gay, and that's cool. You know,
That's cool.
like the gay capital of the
I'm
U.S.
okay.
But if you're a heterosexual woman, this is not the place to find a man. Sorry.
Yes, but the people like Portia from Real Housewives of Atlanta managed to find a man. So
She finds many.
Anyone from here though.
Well, what is the plan for me then, Nick? You've been telling me to move to Atlanta. What the?
What
I
more
got
do you do?
you.
Steal someone's
got
husband.
you.
It's not that
I
hard.
keep
Just
the
invite him to-
heterosexual dudes hidden from everyone else.
Okay.
She's preparing a table for you when you get there to sit down. It's gonna be
Yes. In the
Bring
presence
me a
of your
buffet.
enemies, like come
Give
through.
me a buffet. Like,
Yes.
sorry, we forgot the question. Answer the child.
Okay, so the
what's
question
the first
what's
one?
your favorite thing about New York? And Tiffany, don't say cockroaches or rats. Someone give a good answer because Mahalia says she wants to move there one day. So
Food
Food.
variety is my favorite
Variety.
thing about New York. The
Okay.
variety of food.
That you can be whatever
I
you
love
want
that
to
it
be
never
there.
sleeps.
Mm.
I love that it never sleeps. I love that there's
Yeah.
always something happening in New York, like all the time.
Nah, I want to go to bed. You keep that.
No, I've never been
Country
to New York
girl.
as an adult. I've never been.
Oh, you're gonna come to Harlem and come
No.
sit with me. Come
No,
on.
Natalie, you haven't been to New York.
Oh,
That
because
was one time I went to New York.
you went with your friend, and like I don't have friends who want to go.
Oh yeah, to be fair, because we went for my birthday. I'm not going to talk
Yeah,
about what
exactly.
happened like online.
Yeah, I know, because we're not
Offline.
going to
But
down the street.
Look, to this day, my husband will sometimes be like, yeah, when you went to New York and then you ended up at the gang members' house. I was just,
Lisa
yeah,
lived her best life with her furs, getting in those yellow taxis, eating.
I was doing the most.
The
The
most.
most. But after that New York experience, I quickly locked down my husband. So what had happened was, yeah, because what happened was I went to New York, then I met him like a few days after, and I was like, yeah, never again. Because New York, it was so fun, but it like slightly traumatized me. So if my friend Ashley was in this chat, she would be like, yeah, because she's engaged and her like fiance knows about our time in New York, and he's just like, when you two get together, you just
Trouble.
You guys haven't been on holiday since.
trouble. It's just trouble. But yeah, we haven't been on holiday since. So imagine we haven't been on holiday since together.
The
we were
turn
just
up.
doing some- we were living our life. Didn't see any cockroaches, didn't see any rats, but
You saw some
I
men.
saw some things. I saw some menzies. I saw some
I love in New York that you can be whoever you want to be. Whatever.
Alright.
You can wear a chicken suit in Times Square, or you can be a fabulous artist, or you can do what you want. I love that. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, the
nobody's
whole world
checking.
is in New York.
Exactly.
A good question that our dear friend Rosie asked, like, how has it been like promoting this book with a team, with a gang? Because usually like you go on a promotion trail and it's just by yourself. Whereas like
You know, Rosie's asked that on purpose because what she's trying to say is, Angie, you know, the best time of promoting books was with me. That's what Rosie's really trying to say.
That
Rosie?
Rosie?
Name on there on purpose.
Wait.
Rosie, we love you, but she knows why she put
That's
that.
that Rosie. That's my Rosie.
That's your Rosie, babe.
It's our boo Rosie talking about what's it been like, promote specific. What's it been like on the publicity trail, Angie? That's what she wanted to say.
Rosie is my publicist at Walker. So hi, Rosie. It's been great though. So yeah, you got to bring more people next time I come.
Yeah.
It's nice to divide and conquer. So
Yeah, it's nice not to have to do everything. Like
It
no
is.
one person has to do everything.
Yeah, that's nice. Will you guys do something like this again? Or is this just
We
like
hope so. It would be great
so,
to.
yeah.
It was a
Light
great
us up so we
experience.
can.
I know.
Right.
Yep.
Show them that y'all are into it. So they'll be like, ooh, do it again.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put a rat in the next one if we get to
No,
write.
there's no need for a rat. Come on, Nicola.
Someone said in the chat that when they were in New York, a rat kissed its teeth at them.
that's some real New York shit.
Wow, that actually took me out.
I'm actually finished. I am finished. So hold on, we've got more questions. Oh, so Sarita said, how did you guys meet? Was it just over the course of being literary bad bees?
Oh, Nick Stone, start.
It's
How
Nick
did we meet?
Stone.
Nick Stone, talk
I'm
it.
the collector.
The bone
yeah.
collector, Cherie.
So I slide into everyone's DMs. I'm that bitch.
I love it.
And so let's see. I think Angie was first. I slid into Angie's DMs in 2016, in the fall of 2016.
Mhm.
Tiffany was actually no, Nikki, you were first because I slid into your DMs like in 2015 before your book before everything came out. And then Angie in 2016, Tiffany was next, then Ashley. Ashley was the one who was like, but who are you? And then Danielle, I tweeted at, and then the rest is history.
And Nikki and we debuted together. We were the only two
Yeah.
Black women in 2015 that had books out. So I was like, that's my boo, because we're in this
it's
alone.
Crazy, Danielle, when
Yeah.
you think about that, like from 2015 to now, like so much better now. But yeah.
I mean, even
Exactly.
2017, it was me, Angie, Tiffany. Ashley originally was in 2017, and it was like Tochi.
Yep.
And there just it wasn't a whole lot of us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Nick, you tweeted at me, but then our mutual friend Jason Reynolds was like, you don't get to be friends. Danielle's my friend and Nick
Which is
my
exactly
mentee.
when we were like, oh, okay, so now
It's
we're
over for
best
you.
friends.
Now we're best friends. Make
Here's
your
the
life a living hell.
Things about Jason, like honestly, I have
Oh, no.
so many good things about him, but
Yeah, every time we do an event, people
someone brings him up. They say something lovely about him.
So why is
Oh, no,
one
we're
talking about
we're
Jason
trash
Reynolds?
talking him.
We're
though.
trash
not saying
talking him.
anything lovely.
No.
We're not saying anything lovely.
No,
Okay, my bad.
No,
I get bad
no.
vibes from you. You don't talk about him, but all right, fine.
No, he tried to keep us from being friends.
Was he being serious or was he just playing around?
He was playing. He was
He was
playing.
playing, but still, like, go sit down.
He was trolling her and trolling me, being like,
He
I
likes
can't
to
have
troll.
the two of them
He
together.
likes
Yeah, men always do that. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, I can't have my two female friends being friends. I know the two female friends are going to come and gang up on them and call them on
And
names.
I
that's
mean,
what
he wasn't wrong. But
That's what we
you know.
did.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
That's what you continue to do.
Yes, absolutely. And then I collected Tiffany because she loves Outlander like I do. And that's how she booked a bitch. That's how she got me. She started talking about Outlander. And I was like, oh, you like Outlander? And I was like, ain't she cute? She got freckles. Game over. You know, that's why I was coming to the UK. I was looking for my Jamie Fraser, honey. I was all up in Scotland looking for him and did not find him yet. I have yet to find him.
You're gonna keep searching for a hot minute, I tell you that.
Man, I'm trying to be a Sasana. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing. There is nothing in that country but whiskey and steak, which is great because I love it. But I've been looking for it. You know, I come every year for the last like 4 years.
And we
So-
haven't.
Don't worry, 2022. We just need to make sure that when you're coming, we're not in Jamaica because you know we're doing a
Exactly.
Black Girls Book Club trip to
Exactly.
Jamaica. Also, Natalie, I found out it's $150 to go from Jamaica to Miami. So at the end of the Black Girls Book Club trip, we're going Miami. I told Jade already, we're going for one weekend and we're just gonna drink up all the Alizé.
And then we will meet you in Miami. Bet.
You love
Where's
Miami.
that place that
Or
everyone's
Jamaica.
Miami
Or
is
Jamaica.
dirty.
Miami is kind of gross. No shade.
Oh, it's London.
Dirty.
We still live our best
Tiffany,
life here. It's
come in and get this
fine.
slip.
30 seconds, someone's at the door. I've got 2 seconds.
Tiffany loves
Maybe
Miami.
order food or something.
I love
While
Miami.
she's doing that, let me run through some of the questions. So someone said, I'd love some merchandise, a Blackout tote bag, but there already is a Blackout tote bag if you bought the Black Girls Book Club members ticket. So,
I'm so sorry.
yeah, there are tote bags and stuff already, but are you guys wanting to do more merchandise? Or you never thought about that? No.
We don't.
Unless
do
Don says you're not doing it, it's not happening. And unless Ashley's coming with the spreadsheet, so
That's
I take
right.
that.
Exactly. Ashley would have to get that done.
Nat, look for questions that you think are good to ask.
Say that again, darling.
Look for some questions that you think are good to ask. You're
I
quite
have
good
no
at, like,
question.
getting
Am
them
I
right.
allowed to ask it?
Yeah, ask all your questions. We've got time.
When am I going to see this on Netflix or Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Come on,
Look, you tell us.
make
Yeah.
it
Or go
happen.
tell them so
I'm
that they can tell
I need to see this, like, and also, can me and Melissa have a cameo? Like, we want to be in the.
Because we've been asking, I even said to Angie in the DMs the other day, I was like, babes, can you at
When
least
are
do
we
a
gonna
story
be?
where the character comes to like the UK, they come to like Black again, like you need, like I just feel like you need to do this so that we can justify being in someone's film.
But you can be in it. Do you want to be a tourist in Times Square? At what location do you want to be
Oh
at?
my gosh, yeah, and I want to ask with a really British accent. Oh, hello. Blackouts like this. We do not have blackouts in London, darling. That's what
Yeah, do you know what? That's what we need to do. That's what we want to do. We'll film our part. We'll film it.
Blackout. Oh my
Send it to
god.
you lot. They can just insert it in the film. Because I cannot go another day without someone putting me in their book from Netflix, book to Netflix show. I just think I need that in my life.
You do. You deserve.
I need, it's like a little thing on my list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
deserve it.
Like, you know the
something.
level, like gold status of like book club lovers.
Yeah, because every day we just want to be the best book club, innit? So every day we look to try to do things that no one else is doing. So we need to be in someone's, but so we've been in someone's book actually, tell a lie, because we're in Auntie Dorothy's book. So we're in somebody's book, but we need that book to be on the silver screen or whatever they call it. We just need just a little something, you know. I don't know who's gonna play. Do you want to play yourself, babe, or do you want someone else to play you?
I'm gonna be a tourist and be like, oh my goodness, there's a blackout in New York. Oh my gosh.
I'll happily do that. Look, I've got my own costumes. I've got my fur coat. I've got my bags. I've got my shit. Look, I don't need no makeup
No,
artist.
honey,
I don't
it's
need
summer.
no costume.
It's summer, Melissa. You don't want a fur coat.
Okay.
Melissa wears a fur coat.
Again, guys, you're missing
year.
something. I will wear the fur. I am Jamaican. I will wear the fur coat because it's fashion. I don't care.
And it costs money.
There's no
I
point
stand
telling me it's a
corrected.
blackout and it's hot, okay? Fashion
My bad.
first, always.
There are so many Jamaicans on the Zoom right now too. I love it.
Look,
Tiffany,
look,
Nicola,
I'll
Melissa.
splash the coat on the floor. Oh, it's hot. It is hot. But underneath the fur coat, I might have my bikini or whatever it is. I'm Jamaican. I just need to live my best life. That's what it's about.
Bikini underneath.
Yeah.
Bikini
A
underneath.
little
Times
bikini.
Square. That makes sense in Times Square, honestly.
It does.
Whatever's going to give me the most airtime. Because when I have my little 10 seconds of fame, I need for everyone to say, who was that girl? Then they're going to Google Black Girls Book Club. Then they're going to go and buy my book. Do you see? I'm just trying to get
Yeah.
my hands up.
There's
I'm
like-
just-
I'm gonna put you in my next
Fine.
book. I'm gonna put the Black Girls Book Club in the next book.
we need something to get this thing pushing. Because with this lockdown, all the plans, even our launch party, which was going to be
Yeah, we can't
amazing.
have
Like, are we even going to have a launch party? I can't even think about it because when it comes to events, me and Natalie will do a rave or we'll just do something exciting. We can't even plan because every time we start to think about it, Boris Johnson, that Dutty Jankro, will be like, "Oh, sorry, like no, you can't meet. You can do
How can we
it.
elect? Can I just say, how can we elect someone that does not comb their hair?
I don't know. How did we
Please
elect
don't
somebody
say that.
that's orange? How did we elect somebody who's orange, who's
Yeah, but
Boris's cousin?
True.
Honey?
Made a
We
mess.
we elected a not we. They elected a Cheeto at one point.
A
So
Cheeto.
like,
We had a Cheeto.
They
Had a Cheeto. We had a Cheeto, and you have someone who doesn't comb their hair. I think they're cousins, like truly.
It must be. They're kind of there must be.
They do look alike a little.
They
They
do.
they do.
They actually do.
And when can y'all get rid of him? That's what I want to know.
Well, we
I
don't.
don't think we're going to get rid of him ever.
He put over here like love him, like love.
He's so like funny and like he doesn't like wash and he doesn't like comb his hair and all that kind of stuff. Like,
You know what he does? He looks like he smells. Like, you know when you see someone and they
Yes.
just look smelly, and you know
Yes.
when their breath would smell, their underneath.
Can I
would
just
smell.
say,
I'm talking about
Like
the
his skin is
smell.
rotten.
I was
Yeah.
at City Hall once and he like came off on his bike. I won't talk about how he smelled or anything like that because that's just not my lane. But he did purposefully like ruffle his hair and
Yes,
his
that's right.
clothes. And I was like, what? Because I was going to do something and he was going to be there like doing a speech and whatnot. And I was just like, why have you? And he had so many people around him, like his name was Mariah Carey. But he ruffled his hair and like crumpled his clothes. And I was like, you
It's all
fraud.
part of the brand.
It's part of the brand to be a Dutty Jankro. But anyway, that's my
That's
Right.
like when Donald Trump goes to get like his fake tans. It's part of the brand.
It's part of the brand.
But how can your
Right,
brand be a
holidays
Dutty Jankro? Anywho, let me look for some questions because I just don't want to be cancelled by this England because I have a book to promote. Someone
Let's
said,
let's do one more because and then I got to take my kid to.
I was going to say the
talk
baby.
about
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot
Natalie,
about
pick
the
a
kid.
question and then we can end the event.
Did anyone draw on real life experiences for your love stories? Like, did anyone put their business in the book, basically?
Nope, I didn't.
I did not.
Oh my gosh.
I did.
Elaborate. I can't.
Getting ready. Let me just pour myself a bit more wine.
Oh gosh. No, I mean, it wasn't anything messy. It's just the idea of, miscommunication, leading to a breakup and what that is like and how it takes two to tango. And this is very much an adult lesson that I felt like I wish I would have known as a young teenager, knowing how to kind of communicate, and comprehension is everything. And I mean, that's one of the biggest things I want, young boys and girls to learn from this book is, just how to love differently and not just, kind of walking through blindly through the dark. Like, I want you to kind of have responsibility. I want you to take, like, you know, care of yourself, to choose yourself sometimes, but also to know and forgive and love as hard as you possibly can, because, you know, you only have one life to live. So yeah, if I'm throwing my own like kind of messy dating life in there, in terms of just being ridiculous, then yeah, I hope people learn from me, and I hope to inspire so many other great love stories that are real.
The person you were writing about, or kind of was your inspiration, have you sent them the chapter? Because that's what I would do, because I'm messy with that. I would just send it to them and be like, now what? So I want to see your reaction. No.
I mean, he don't read, so I don't have to worry about it. So
he doesn't read.
He don't read.
So it's fine.
I don't get why women who read so much attract men that don't read, but I don't think I'd want to be in a relationship with a man that like read lots of books and stuff, because, you know, they'll just talk so much. Oh, and I read it. My interpretation was, but no one cares. So
that's what the problem is, because if you get with a man who reads too much, then it'll be like a competition of, oh, and you thought that book was great. That's not very intellectual. Like, no, I will be the reader in the relationship.
But I like to fight, honey. I like to fight.
No.
I like the enemies to lovers.
Anyone
come through with some competition. Like, I need to know that we can spar intellectually, because if not,
I like that friction. I like that friction. I'm gonna fight you about your book choices.
It is. I feel sorry for the people like, oh my God, YA, Blackout, amazing. Let me bring my children into this, you know, Waterstones event. And then Danielle's like, friction.
I know what type of friction you're talking about.
Verbally, intellectually.
Oh, because that's not the friction I was talking about, but anyway.
So either Natalie.
Lord.
It was gonna happen. It was gonna
On that note,
yes.
Right. Correct.
Thank you, ladies, so much for this. This is, I mean,
I love y'all so much.
I see you guys. Imagine if this was in real life.
Yes.
It will be. We're gonna come through next year.
Thing is, Danielle's obviously going to organise. She's going to tell you, like, I'm booking the flight. No, actually, Ashley's going to book the flight. She's going to just tell you that we're going on this date. This is where we're staying, and then Ashley's going to get.
She's going to circulate the Google link and be like details,
and it'll all be sorted.
Bookings.
And then Ashley and I will plan the event. We'll plan the event. We'll plan the sweat box that we're going to take you guys to after. The menses as well. I'm not really happy about that, but since you keep asking.
Can I just say, no warranties or representations have been made about the quality of the menses. Any or interaction with the menses is done purely at your own risk.
Look, I will sign that. Look, we will come next fall and see y'all. Okay, we'll make it happen.
I'm loving that. So everybody, thank you for coming to our event. I'm sure it wasn't what you expected, but if you know what Black Girls Book Club is about, then you know this is exactly what time it would be. So you shouldn't buy a ticket for a Black Girls Book Club event if you don't want to get your life. If you haven't already ordered this book, please order more copies. And thing is, it's such a good read. It's a quick read, and it's such a beautiful book that I know we do this thing where you buy a book, you know, you read it and give it to another person. Like, don't be cheap. Just buy
them the other book. Don't share.
Like, buy a lot, just like we did with like The Coldest Winter Ever and all those amazing books that we kind of bought and like we shared. Do that with this one, because this is something really, really special.
This is going to go down in history.
We should probably promote our book Grown, but it's not that deep. I just want people to read stories about Black love and
guys. I need you to buy this book because I need to watch this series on Amazon Prime.
And we need to have our own. That's why. So
like, it's not about you. It's not just about you. It's about
us. The more copies you got buy, more likely I can be in Times Square in my bikini and my fur coat. I need to make that happen. So,
oh my gosh, Blackout in New York! I can't believe it.
Yeah, you're gonna have like a little bottle of Alizé. Like,
oh my god! I can't believe it.
We're going to be late for the party
in London. Oh my god!
That's what we're going to do. And guys, we didn't even spoil the book. How good are we? We didn't spoil, but you still want to read it, and that is the magic of Black Girls Book Club. Because now you want to understand the inside jokes. You want to see where the rat could have been, but it wasn't there because Danielle didn't let her put the rat in.
Guys are incredible.
You guys are amazing.
We appreciate
I can't wait. You guys are amazing. Thank you for giving us
this opportunity.
Coming here to be with us in your only UK event. It means the world.
Absolutely.
We're going to let you go now because we've held you for much longer than.
And Nick needs to go pick up her kids. You know,
I gotta take them somewhere.
Okay. I don't want the kids to be mad at me. So on that note, ladies, I would love you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.